Welcome to 10-Minute University, the channel where we break down powerful ideas in about the time it takes to drink your coffee. In today's video, we're going to explain everything you need to know about inflation, why everything keeps getting more expensive, why your money feels like it's shrinking, and what's actually going on behind the scenes. Let's start with something we've all noticed. Things feel expensive, like suspiciously expensive. You go to the grocery store and somehow spend $80 and leave with 5 items and emotional damage. Gas feels expensive, rent feels expensive, even fast food feels like a luxury now. And you start thinking, did everything go up or am I just broke? The answer is a little bit of both, but mostly inflation. Inflation is the reason your money slowly loses value over time. But here's the real question. Why does this actually happen? At its core, inflation comes down to a simple idea. Too much money chasing too few things. Let me explain. Imagine there are 10 pizzas in a room and 10 people. Everyone gets one pizza. Nice, fair, balanced. Now imagine there are still 10 pizzas, but now there are 20 people. Suddenly pizza becomes valuable. People start competing. Prices go up. That's basically inflation. When more money is floating around in the economy, but the amount of goods stays the same, prices increase. Now here's where things get interesting. Where does all this extra money come from? Sometimes it comes from governments and central banks increasing the money supply. Sometimes it comes from increased spending. And sometimes it's just the result of economic growth. But no matter where it comes from, more money in the system usually leads to higher prices. Now let's bring this back to real life, because inflation isn't just some abstract concept. It shows up everywhere. Think about your favorite fast food meal. A few years ago, maybe it cost $6 or $7. Now, it's like $12 plus tax, plus regret. Same meal, higher price. That's inflation. Another big factor is cost of production. If it becomes more expensive for companies to make products, they raise prices. For example, if fuel prices go up, transportation becomes more expensive. If wages increase, labor becomes more expensive. If materials cost more, production becomes more expensive, and companies don't just absorb those costs. They pass them on to you, which means prices go up. And real quick, if you're enjoying this video, take a second to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and helps more people discover 10-Minute University. All right, back to inflation. Another important concept is something called purchasing power. This is how much your money can actually buy. As inflation increases, your purchasing power decreases. In other words, your money buys less. Which is why people often say, my money doesn't go as far as it used to. And they're right. Now, here's something that catches a lot of people off guard. Inflation doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, almost quietly, year by year, which makes it easy to ignore at first, but over time, it becomes very noticeable. For example, something that cost $1 10 years ago might cost $1.30 or more today. That might not sound like a big deal, but across everything you buy, it adds up fast. Now let's talk about something that affects you directly, your income. If your income stays the same, but prices go up, you're effectively losing money, even if your paycheck hasn't changed. For example, let's say you make $50,000 a year. If inflation rises by 5%, but your salary stays the same, your money now buys less. That means your real income has actually gone down. And that's why a lot of people feel like they're working just as hard, but not getting ahead, because inflation is slowly reducing the value of their money. Now let's talk about savings. This is where things get interesting. If you keep your money sitting in a savings account, and inflation is higher than your interest rate, your money is losing value, even though the number in your account looks the same. That's why people say inflation is like a hidden tax, because it quietly reduces what your money can do, without you even noticing at first. Now here's a twist. Inflation doesn't affect everyone the same way. Some people are hurt by it. Others actually benefit. For example, if you have debt, like a loan or a mortgage, inflation can actually help you because you're paying back that debt with money that is worth less over time. But if you rely heavily on savings, inflation can hurt you more because your money is losing value while it sits there. So inflation creates winners and losers. Now here's something important. Not all inflation is bad. A small amount of inflation is actually considered healthy. It encourages people to spend and invest instead of just holding onto money. Because if people expect prices to rise, they're more likely to buy things now, which helps keep the economy moving. But when inflation gets too high, that's when problems start. Because now prices rise faster than incomes, and people feel like they're falling behind. That's when inflation becomes stressful. So what can you actually do about it? You can't control inflation itself, but you can understand it. And once you understand it, you start making smarter decisions. You start paying attention to where your money goes. You become more aware of spending, and you think differently about saving and investing. Because once you see how inflation works, you realize something important. Your money isn't just sitting still. It's either growing or shrinking. Thanks for watching 10-Minute University, where we break down powerful ideas in about the time it takes to drink your coffee. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. And if you have an idea for the next topic, leave it in the comments. Your suggestion might become the next video. And speaking of the next video, we're going to talk about something that affects your everyday decisions more than you think: the psychology of money. Why people make financial decisions that don't always make sense. And once you understand it, you'll see money completely differently.